sunshine. Sip from my rainbows, deliciously mango. I think it's a syndrome, got me so wind-blown. Show me the door, how far can you fall? Freedom in galaxies, packed out my fantasy.
I'm Sandra Sandy Schneller, and this is Romancing Me Pescatarian Style.
And blow with blessings, blessings, blessings for me. This is reality, I'm living my dreams.
Hey, this is Sandra Sandy Schneller back at you. Baby, what are you eating tonight? We are doing it tonight. We're doing it up with freshness, baby. Oh, yeah. We're going to have some citrusy dill, spice bean butter going on. We're doing it up with our citrusy dill, salmon and capers cakes. We're going to side it with some of that naturalness, oh goodness, organic, creamy corn. We're going to cream it ourselves. Yeah. Come on with me. I'm going to start by bringing that salmon to you, and we're going to just put it in the oven for about 15 minutes at 415 degree temperature. But first, I want to say cheers to you all. Now here's our salmon. This salmon is about 1 1/4 pounds. It's a fresh piece of salmon that I have here, sockeye salmon. Now I've gone ahead and I've salted one side of it, the flip side. I don't want to turn it over again because I have it on the wax paper and I don't want it to be too wet. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and add another 1/4 teaspoon of salt to this side. And then we're going to put it in the oven, as I said, 415 degree temperatures for about 15 minutes. And we're not going to flip the side. We're going to remove this skin, though, after we bake it. While the salmon is baking, we're going to go ahead and get started on the corn. We're going to be creaming that corn ourselves. It's going to be so good. We have some organic corn that we'll be working with. In fact, the entire meal tonight is organic, except the bread. We're going to have a side of sun-dried tomato bread. But it's going to be good, though, anyway. We have that sockeye salmon going on, and we are going to be seasoning it, the capers and salmon cakes that we're going to be making. We're going to season it with the citrusy dill from Spice Bean Collection. Oh yes, it's going to be so delicious. We're going to go ahead and put some of these in a little container here, and we're going to put it in the oven just to melt it so all of it can, coat every inch of the salmon and the other ingredients in the pan. But before we go ahead and do that, we're going to do a shout out. Yeah, it's shout out time. Oh, and we're doing a shout out tonight. Let's lift our glasses. Oh yeah, we're doing it to Thaddeus LeBranch, who recently subscribed. And thank you to all you subscribers. Cheers to you all. Please like this episode and view the other episodes. Oh, yes. And make sure that you tune in to also go to www.spicebutter.com or https://spicebutter.com. Or you can just do spicebutter.com, whichever way you want to do it. Check out the Spice Bean Collection. Yes, you will enjoy it. We're going to be enjoying some now, so let's get busy. Okay, I put the burner on medium heat, and we're going to go ahead and fry our corn. I'm going to add about 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil. Just get the cork piece out of there from the stopper. But a 1.5 tablespoons. And then we're also going to add 1 tablespoon of butter. The butter's been sitting out, so that's why it's gotten soft, but you don't have to have soft butter. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and mix that up, kind of blend it a bit. And I've drained 3 cans of organic, super sweet corn. If you can get super sweet corn, please do get that because it is the best corn. So we're going to brown this a bit. And while that's getting heated up, we're going to go ahead and blend. I like to blend these ingredients. Our flour, it's a tablespoon and a half of flour. The sugar, I have a tablespoon of, the sugar is kind of hard, but it's brown sugar, it's organic. And I have a clove of garlic. We're gonna blend these in the blender, and we're going to also add that to our corn. Okay, now we're going to add the concoction of the flour. See, I put it in the blender, and now this is a little bit of water and the flour, also added with brown sugar and a clove of garlic. I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the mixture of the corn. Make sure you get all the thickness part out from the flour, because that's going to solidify it a bit, and give it a good stir. I'm also going to add some salt. About a half a teaspoon of salt to start. And that may be pretty much all that I will add, because I don't like a lot of salt in food. And I try to just get the, get the flavors of the food and not the salt. So I'm gonna try a little bit of this and see if the flavor is there, the taste. That little garlic gives it a little bit of a kick. That is good. I'm just gonna add maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt this time. This is organic corn, ladies and gentlemen. Creamed corn. Okay, I have the salmon here after it's been baked 15 minutes at a 450-degree temperature. I've removed the skin, but you know what you can do with that skin? You can crust it up and make it like, instead of pork skins, you have salmon skins, and it's really good. You can crumble it up and put it on top of a pasta or something, and I've tried that before. It's really good. So I have a gloved hand now, and I'm going to just kind of try to mush this up as much as I can, break it into pieces. You can break it better with your hand, but this is kind of hot right now, so I'm going to do the best I can this way before I introduce a fork to the mixture. And then I'm going to add my other ingredients, and then we're going to return the salmon and capers cakes into the oven at a 450-degree temperature. Oh, yes. Okay, I can really get it good now. And if I wasn't using a gloved hand, I would have a fork. So now I'm going to go ahead and add 1 egg. The sockeye salmon. Sockeye salmon is usually wild caught, filled with omega-3. And that's why I love to eat it, because not only it does well for the inside of my body, it also exudes to the outside, giving you luxurious skin, glowing skin. Gonna go ahead now and add, now these are 3 squares of the spice bean butter, 3 servings, and I melted it, and you see the butter, all the liquidity is the butter, and then the solids is the herbs and spices. I'm putting the salmon in the little bowl container to make sure I get all of the flavor from the spice bean out of this little container. You want all of the ingredients there. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix that. Make sure you mix it really well with the salmon. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Say that 5 times, or even more so 2. I have 3/4 cups of breadcrumbs. I'm gonna add that. Add it slowly as you're mixing it in. That'll help the consistency of the cakes to stay together. I like to add usually 1 ingredient at a time and mix it into the main ingredients. And in fact, I'm using a little less of the cornbread. So maybe a 1/2 cup I mean, no, not a half a cup, less than a half a cup. Next, I have 2 bulbs of shallots, and you see how thinly I've chopped those? Those are very small chops. So we're gonna go ahead and add that. And now we're going to add a 1/3 cup of capers. We're just going to kind of mix that in as such. I'm going to also add 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. You don't want to add much salt to this because you have the capers and they're a little bit salty. Are you ready for your virtual taste? Let's pay homage. Check it out. Oh, yeah. We got those salmon and capers together. Look at them. Yeah, with the citrusy dill flavor. Oh, these cakes are going on. And that don't let the corn sidestep you there, because that trail is going on. The taste is great. You've really got to try that the recipe for the corn here. And it's sided with our sun-dried tomato bread. Here you go. I know you're waiting. I know you are. Let me get this together for you. And I'll put a piece of bread on it too. I ain't sidestepping with any of it. Here you go. Citrusy dill, salmon and capers cakes with the creaminess of the super sweet corn and a sun-dried tomato bread to top it off. Here, I hope you like it. Let me get my piece. And some corn. That corn is really good. And the citrusy dill, I taste a little bit of it. It's going on. Now the flavors together. Oh my gosh. I'll have to make this again. Somebody's gonna love it. I hope you did tonight. Please like and share. Like and share.